Alrighty guys, I'm Morthadon, and we are back for another Boruto episode. And it is episode 50 that we are on. And what you guys may have noticed by now is that these episodes go from 48 to 50. There is no 49. Due to popular demand, I have skipped doing a reaction to episode 49, but I did just watch it just before this, so I will talk a little bit about it because I will say that that would have been a difficult episode for me to really say much in a reaction, aside from like cracking jokes about the episode itself. But uh, it was a little fun. Like, if I'm gonna give the episode any credit, it's gonna be that we got to follow a team of characters that I didn't think we'd get a full episode on because I imagined a full episode would be pretty much like what that one was. So it was really cool following Sumir. I believe I'm probably saying her name wrong. Wasabi, I think it is, and then the other girl that I can't remember the name. um, but seeing all their jutsus again was pretty cool. I was a little confused by the girl that summons like the cat cloak, because what is she actually summoning? I have no idea. Like, she uses a scroll like normal people use the scrolls to like summon creatures or summon tools, but she's summoning chakra. I don't know. I don't really understand what her, like, why she needs this scroll to wrap herself in like a cloak of chakra, almost like what Naruto did with the Nine Tails and what a lot of those other Jinchurikis did. But either way, regardless of that, it was kind of fun following the characters, but it was definitely a super goofy episode, especially when they pulled out like those body suits shaped like animals, and they were like, this will mask our human scent, and they started just like, well, we could use transformations, but let's wear this instead. I was like, oh my god. But anyways, I'm not going to talk more about the episode other than that, but like I said, the only credit I will give it is the fact that we got to see a team that isn't Boruto or Shikadai, essentially, so that was cool. Uh, but yeah, so we are watching episode 50, which is, from what I'm told, a recap episode that I could skip if I wanted to, but there are a few moments in it, so I'm thinking it might be one of those recap episodes where it's the characters kind of walking around and talking about the past, and then we get flashbacks to it, and I mean, I'm sure you guys have known if you are watching this channel, but if you happen to be new, I do watch these 1 week at a time. So it has been, let's see, there have been weeks that I've done multiple episodes. So it's probably been about 45 weeks if I were to like give an estimate since I started the show. So it'll be pretty cool to see back towards the beginning if we see flashbacks to that. So I think it'll be pretty fun. So we are going to do a reaction to this one. Just keep in mind, if there's any flashbacks that you don't see, it's because I'll probably be cutting out flashbacks unless I feel like they're really good flashbacks, you know? And I really like talk about them a bit. So that's probably what I'll be doing. This episode might end up being shorter. I don't know what I'm in for. So I guess we'll just watch the episode and find out, shall we? Alrighty, so we are gonna start the episode in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Alright, TV Tokyo. Shikamaru is manning the chair. Do you think he is a little... There's always those people that feel special sitting in the big chair. They're like, oh, this is gonna be mine someday. You think that's going through Shikadai's head? Oh, also I have coffee, guys, so I'll be sipping on this. Coffee. I don't think I said that very well. I kind of wish we got to see the Chunin exams in somewhere other than the Leaf Village and the Sand Village. I feel like that would have been pretty cool. Intro! Oh, sorry. I don't know. Sometimes I just don't know what to do with myself during the intros. So sometimes I just make faces at... Because I can see myself on that monitor if I look over, like, where I'm looking right now. But the webcam's up here. So sometimes I look over to see myself. I just make weird-ass faces for the hell of it. The things full-length people see. Doo-doo. Okay. By the way, guys, I had a question for you. Maybe one of you can answer in the comments. Is the voice actor for the girl that does the cat cloak from the last episode, I can't remember her name, is her voice actor the same voice actor as Killua from Hunter x Hunter, trying to do, like, a more feminine voice? Because I almost heard a little bit of Killua in the voice when I was watching the last episode. I'm probably wrong, but... Rip. Okay. Wow, that was, I almost didn't realize we were going back to a flashback. Sometimes they put, like, a filter over the episode or something. Maybe I just didn't pay attention to the transition. Naruto. True. Ah. Cool. Yeah. So they're kind of like... It's just like the senseis discussing the whole show. That's kind of fun. Yeah. This was like resolved all in one episode, I believe, right? Or over the course of two. I thought it was gonna go on a lot longer, but then Iwabe's personality, like, flopped very quickly. And that was cool. I remember respecting that about the show. Fair point. I almost forgot about that. Well, I guess I kind of did until it reminded me just there. Iwabe studying upside down to try to like increase blood to his brain or something. Concentration. I always love when they used to talk about Naruto's like ability to bring people together and stuff. So, if I understood that right, that whole fight there was not planned at all. It was only because Boruto and Sarada were fighting, so he decided to turn it into like a class, like a teaching lesson, I suppose. Interesting. Friggin' class rep just like her little like derp nervous face while she's throwing the shurikens. and then he's like super into it. I like seeing them together as a team again. Well, I mean they're not a team right now, but you know I just realized, how did he have access to Nue? It's not that. Hmm. Interesting explanation. Okay. Because that was supposed to be like a special thing that the class rep had like a whole like tattoo or whatever, wasn't it? Or something. She had it like implanted in her pretty much to be able to summon that. So how did Boruto do it? And they didn't really give a good explanation there. They were just kind of like, well, he did it somehow. Like, thanks. You saw that exact same scene last episode. Oh, Kakashi. Yeah, that mark on her back is what like let her summon it, right? Hmm. I don't know. Yeah. It's what her parents taught her, I suppose. Yeah. What a bunch of good little kiddos. Hmm. Have we ever seen Shino's eyes? Is Shino's eyes gonna be like the new Kakashi's mouth? Like eventually in this show, I wonder. I don't know, maybe just think of that. Hmm. That actually reminds me that they were that Inojin and Boruto, I thought of them as rivals towards the beginning of the show, and somewhere in there, he kind of stopped being a rival, you know? That's interesting. Like, I stopped seeing him that way, and I don't know what changed that. It was just as time passed, I guess. Could you please stop saying repeater? He gets nervous very easy. It is true. I mean, the people that grow the most are usually the ones that start from a lower position, you know? Like it's a lot easier for someone to learn that knows nothing than someone who's already a master or something trying to learn more, you know? If that makes sense. I might have worded that poorly, but yeah, he's already ridiculous. True. Okay, let's move on. Okay, that was pretty good. I like that. Oh, that moment was so good. I I hate to well, I guess I don't hate to say it, but I feel like Sarada has had way more epic moments than Boruto has, you know? I don't know. I just love her strength whenever she pulls the whole like I guess to cut myself off from that, the whole Boruto stream thing was cool, but I still think Sarada's moves are like a lot more badass to me. Yeah, whenever she pulls like a Sakura and does like the Sha punches. Hmm? What's with the hesitation, Konohamaru? Interesting. What, what's up with the Udon? I think his name is. He just like they all like have like that little blush. I think it's just the anime thing when they're drinking, you know. But I guess that means Udon is just smashed. Yeah. Ah, I just got chills at that moment again. That's so cool. I just love Sarada's move right there. Once again, Boruto made it possible, but Sarada still got the really cool move. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Boruto is almost like a support to make the other people around him stronger. A lot of the times. Hanabi's like, oh god, now she's drinking too. Just a bunch of drunk teachers. Man, I really wish I could have seen my teachers like just out in the real world, just getting drunk or whatever. Oh, God, Hanabi. I like how Shino is just like not drinking at all. Like he doesn't have like any of the blush. Maybe he's drinking a little bit, but he's just quietly eating while this is all happening. Udon's just out. Yeah, seriously. What does one have to do with the other? Uh oh. Oh no, the bugs. No shit. Rip. Yeah, that's Hokage's office. I guess Shikamaru was almost like he knew this was gonna happen, and he was hoping it wasn't gonna. Oh, okay. Mm 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 mm. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. This outro song has grown on me. I didn't really care for it at first, but alrighty, guys. So that is the end of episode 50. So I really enjoyed that episode. I'm not gonna lie. They did a very good job of making a recap episode into something just fun. I'm really glad I did a reaction to it. I was a little worried, and even in the beginning, I was a little worried because I do like to say some stuff through the episode, so I'm not just like watching, but sometimes it's hard for me to just like come up with something to say, But it turned out to be okay. I really liked the teachers together again. The Udon Moeki, I think her name is, and then Konohamaru, and then Shino just happened to be there too. But I like that like like the little 3-man group of friends that we saw in Naruto always hanging out, seeing them together again as teachers is just always fantastic to see in a show. Um, and then having them going out and drinking while, I mean, it started off they were just discussing the tuning exams and everything, and they were just kind of talking about their students, right? And that was like the whole point of the flashbacks was them just talking about the different perspectives they have on the kids, like some of them were saying like I don't think it was Udon that didn't know that Iwabe was a troublemaker, and Konohamaru brought it up because Udon was saying like Boruto was a troublemaker, and essentially Konohamaru was like, "Well, you're Iwabe, isn't that like perfect either?" Um, so that kind of stuff, just like you know, playing off each other like that, it's just a lot of fun. And we got to see a lot of the cool scenes again. And like I said during the episode, just to elaborate a little bit more, um, I like a lot of Boruto's moments, but I'm not gonna like I said during the episode. I think Sarada takes the spotlight in most of the things that I think are like badass. Like Boruto does some cool stuff to support, but it's always Sarada getting those big hits in and really like crushing the people and stuff with their big hits and everything. And Boruto does good too. Don't get me wrong. I don't mean to belittle Boruto at all, but I don't know. It's just one of those things that is interesting because Naruto got a lot of the spotlight early on, so I expect Boruto to get it. And I'm just surprised at myself that I'm finding Sarada to be more of the big finisher character, you know, like almost more of a focus than Boruto in some senses. Like we had a whole arc about her, and then ever since then, she's been in the story more. I guess back when the Nue thing happened, she was in the story, but not as much. But now she's so prevalent in the story that it almost feels like this show should be called Sarada. No, but I'm just kidding. Um, but yeah, I guess that's all I really have to say about that without repeating myself too much. I find myself doing that where I just keep going over the same point over and over just to like justify it in my own head or something. I don't know. But yeah, uh, I also mentioned during the episode that I really wish I got to see more of my teachers outside of school to see like what they were like. I got to see one of my math teachers once. I was out bowling with my family and we saw him there bowling, and this is probably a few years after I graduated, I think, and I went up and talked to him, which is kind of impressive for me because I'm not the most social of a person, at least in real life. When I'm on the computer, I can talk to people like no other. It's so much easier for me to talk to people on the computer, so you know, when I'm on Discord with my friends and everything, and if we ever meet new people, I have no problem talking to them. I've joined, you know, guilds of people on various games and been fine getting on their Discord or whatever voice VoIP stuff we used and talking to them. But in real life, I rarely will walk up to someone and just start talking to them, even at family events, unless it's like a cousin that I hang out with a lot. I, for the most part, let other people come up to me and talk to me, and then usually those conversations don't even go on long. So I'm surprised I walked up to my teacher and talked to him for a little bit, but I ended up doing it, and it was pretty cool. But you know, I like to think that sometimes my teachers would go out to drink like that and just talk about their kids, you know? But probably never happened. But yeah, I really enjoyed like the fun little gag of Shino not drinking because he can't control the bugs in his body, and then he accidentally drank some and they just went crazy. And poor Naruto just got back from whatever he was off doing outside the village. They might have said at the start, but I don't quite recall. Which I think they probably did because Shikamaru was sitting at his desk, so I'm sure he said that Naruto was off doing something and I missed it, but that's my bad. But he had just gotten back from whatever it was, and now he has to deal with this situation, and Shikamaru's just like, like, he also just kind of looked like he expected this to happen, or thought this might happen, I don't know. But the look on Shikamaru was pretty funny at the end there, but yeah, it was a really fun recap episode. I have to say that I would recommend it to other people to watch, kind of like you guys did to me. You guys recommended that I watch this one, but not the previous episode, so, and I'm really glad I did. Thank you for that, guys. Granted, to be fair, if I didn't have you guys telling me this stuff, I try not to spoil myself in any way, so I don't want to look up, like, when are the recap episodes and find out information that I don't want to know, so I just try to avoid searching anything ever about any of the reactions I go through, which that is the only problem with that is if I don't have people in the comments telling me for times like this where episode 49 is a really bad episode and I shouldn't react to it, and then episode 50 is recap, I would have never known. I would have just did a normal reaction to the episodes and would have been like, okay, this is a thing. So, but yeah, guys, thank you for being in my comments and guiding me through that. I very much appreciate it. And also, thank you for watching the episode. I think I'm going to end the discussion there. Since it's a recap, I didn't have as much to say as I normally do. But I will say this, we are going to be watching 51 and 52 in the same week, so you guys can look forward to that, seeing that and everything. unless something drastic happens. But I'm gonna do my best to get both of those out in the same week, on the same day probably too. I plan on recording them a bit early, which will give me more time to edit and everything. And that way I'm not trying to do it all in one night and everything. So I should be able to do it. Hopefully I don't like lose any motivation or anything. It should be fine. It should be fine, guys. I'll have it done. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. I will see you in the next ones for the next 2 episodes, which will be interesting, getting into the arc. I'm guessing getting into another arc, or maybe they're just 2 really good fillers. All I know is that I've been told to watch 51 and 52 together. I have no idea what is in those episodes, but yeah. But yeah, if you guys want to support the channel, you can check out the description for links to my Patreon, where you can get access to the next episode ahead of time, and then also you can get access to full length. So if you want to see the whole episode without any cutting up of the video, you can check that out. And then there's also links to my anime list, where you can see all of the shows I have ever seen, anime anyway. And then on my plan to watch under there, you can see all the shows I plan to watch on the channel, and you guys can recommend shows to me if you guys want. And yeah. There's also a link to my Twitch stream, which I haven't been streaming as much recently, but we'll see if I can fix that soon. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.